Okay. First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. Um, it is not easy to say that it's under the circumstances I'm going through, but one thing I've always asked is to give me strength to be able to see this trash for what they are. I never identify with this nastiness, and it got to another level. Not only I don't identify with this, is I'm trained to somebody who's fanatical. As this trash try to play this, try to gaslight me into accepting this, I just have hate and anger and rage that I can't wait for them to try to gaslight me in person. Like, I want them to see if I'm identified with this. And I think at this point, I'm making it clear that it's not going to go that way. They're so easy to figure out in regard of what they're doing, in regard of why they're doing this, what they're doing. Let me start off by saying what's happening to me. If you haven't seen my videos, I'm what you call a target video. I'm a TI. It's amazing. I'm hearing somebody saying something funny because they say how they proved it, but it's kind of easy to prove what they do, and it's kind of easy to prove what they are. Very easy, actually. I'm a target vigil. A target vigil is what we are called people who are being utilized as test subject. Governmental entities are utilizing us, target vigil, as guinea pigs in this technological weaponization, or the in the utilizing of this technology that's being weaponized. The technology is destroying our body, is handicapping us, is destroying our body slowly, and it tend to slow down this whole thing, right? It's not just killing you. I think this is, they just really maximize you as a human being to be a guinea pig. And they do things to your body, just really rotten, destroying at least that for me, that's what is happening. They're handicapping me, they're destroying my organs, they're doing a lot of things, but they do that to other target individuals, inclusive of women and children, right? Very far low life here. And so that adds to how you perceive them. If you start, like, the more I listen to these testimonials, the more I like my hatred for this trash is strong. It's so strong. But on top of that, they do these things where they manipulate your brain. And when they manipulate the brain, they make you have these experiences that's degrading. And they, on top of that, want you to identify with this. So it seems there's always like an ecosystem of trash contracted by these governmental entities that's supposed to gaslight you. And they have this like weird trickeries and ways to try to deceive you into accepting the stories they're creating. As you being manipulated, like, yeah, a pedophile, because they do this nasty sexual stimulation to children that they know to be doing to others, right? And you hear that thing that said by others, right? You validate it by that being a torture that they've done to others. So it just, and they still try that. They still need to gaslight you because they really want you to identify with this. They even want to behave like they're not the one manipulating you, and so they act like, oh, you're gonna burn, die. And so for me, I'm like, what? I'll burn myself before I let you live your fantasy. I'll light myself on fire just because I know that you think that that's going to make me identify with this. This is they're going to use torture in order to create a theatric of some nature. I'll light myself up before I let you think that burning me is going to make me identify with this. And I swear, God, if you are willing to go the same route as me, come on. This clown, and they have this way as they burn. And when after they manipulate you, they burn, you're gonna burn in hell, burn. It's a cruelty, it's a trash. I'll run to your cruelty before I let you live your fantasy. I stand on what I'm saying. If you want to test it out, I think there's a few things I can do. My fanaticalness is real. I will not give you the chance to even fantasize that I think this is not something I'm being manipulated to experience. I know what you guys do. Clown trash shit that even torture children. They want me to think I'm not being manipulated by this, that research, and this and that. And they have these ways, they have the little scripts of things they say to try to break you down. I'm going to show what they do. And like many of my videos, it's going to be same. Actually, some of this is probably seen before. They manipulate my brain in these degrading ways. And they're trying to make me think that they are doing this research of just trying to figure who you are. They just exposed you, and then there's some retardation. Now they're manipulating you, and they want you to identify how they manipulate you. It's like, oh, do we all see this? Shut up. Everybody knows I'm being manipulated. I will not give you that fantasy. That's how I'm gonna be manipulated. You're gonna play like you're protecting children, and you're like, oh yeah, you pay, burn, you trash. And that's why I can burn myself before I let you leave your fantasy. They have no shame. These people think they can gaslight you, and you'll be like, you know what? You are doing this research here. I'm sorry for using that term, but they really want you to just be this moronic human being. Then they bring out you're gonna be torturous at times, like they torture me a million times. Matter of fact, let me burn myself. Never gonna happen. I can cut myself however you want. I can do it. The thing is, I don't believe in suicide like that. But I will do it. They're like, you're gonna be castrated. It's like, here, I'll run. If I'll give you the knife, do it. Trash. You think it's gonna make me subscribe to this? Never. You see this because I know who I am, and I'll never even give you. I don't even want them to, I don't even want them to even have that satisfaction to think that I even thought that this thing was never. That's how fanatical I am. That I'll do some horrible things to me just to make sure the trash like you don't even live in fantasy. Why would somebody capable of doing that? I love myself so much. I don't want to harm myself. But I'll harm myself to make sure that you don't leave your fantasy. That's how fanatical I am. I know, of course, being manipulated. And on top of that, I know how foul you are to men, women, and children. Trash us. Death comes to all of us. I'll make sure that you live in the reality of what you're really part of, not your fantasized reality, and I'll never identify with this. I can harm myself before letting you live your fantasy. And I'll run to that. If you come here try to gaslight me, you better be willing to go where I'm willing to go. They are so gimmicky with their family fake ass things they do. Now today, when they do that to me in front of me, I'm gonna make sure I'm like, hey, I'm willing to go there. Fake ass trash. I know what you're doing to my brain. Well, let me just say this. I know that my brain is being manipulated for me to experience that. And it will never happen. Never. You go through your scripts of black girls, I love the girls, and shut up. You manipulate me to have this experience, those little black girls, those little girls, whatever it is. Then you're now a mapping your brain to you when you're a fucking clown. Fuck. Let's go. What, is that rape that's gonna make me subscribe to that? Let's go then. Is that I'll castrate myself before I let you leave your fantasy. Trash, I'll rewind people's brain this way. And then they're like, nah, then they go through the script of why they want. It's like they're out here raping women to suicide, and then they're supposed to make me think that they're protecting women. Get out of here with this bullshit. What a failed psyop. They're just turning people into They're turning people into fanatics. Well, their fake fanatic is supposed to negate the horror that they call not real. Yesterday it was bad. I always listen. I know that I'm not. When the time comes, and they see how what I'm standing on, I will be able to show. And it's bad. I'm willing to go at the extra mile that they don't even. I'm willing to go there. I don't care how they manipulate me. I know these cowards are just opportunists involved in something that torture babies. So I'm willing to show that you deserve the horror that you're putting others through. Coward fuck. And yesterday, I did some kind of showing. That's nothing. That's nothing. What I'm capable of doing to make sure that these opportunists don't leave their fantasy there's no end. These little cowards that the government contract, they interact with you via V2K. That's when you hear them being fierce. This coward trash. There's some of them as like, the day I see you and you do your thing, you're gonna have to ask God. We're gonna have to go home. This one right now talking is trying to negate this because I'm about to show the black little girl that they did this thing to. And they want me to identify with this. And yesterday, Like I said, it's like, trust me, whatever torture I'm gonna go through, I'll run to it before I let you leave your fantasy. And they saw an example of that. So he's trying to negate that. Because like always, I say that and I stand on that. And I can do that because I know that you think that's gonna make me subscribe to it. And I know these cowards think I don't stand on that. And yesterday was an example of it. I'll show you some things. I was like, this is nothing. This is gonna make me subscribe to this? Bunch of pedophiles trying to gaslight people, clowns. Send this little. I don't be insultive of, the thing is, some of the participants, they say these things via V2K, and it makes you angry, want to insult people that in ways that's like that you want to insult. The guy who's talking to me sounds gay via V2K, and so he's just trying to be, yeah, there's something, they are not true, like it's like trash ass. And so you want to be insultive in that way, but it's okay. So just another shit the government uses to try to gaslight you. But bring this clown in front of me, I swear to you, there'll be a problem. And I don't care how like you get all like, I can just stay strong. The hatred I have is really bad. And they tell me they frame me with children. One thing I said, if these children come near me thinking that I'm gonna be a nice guy, it's gonna be very bad. And they have also tried to think these kids are just protecting kids because you see how I'm being manipulated, not being manipulated. This is trash ass, fucking trash. You manipulate the brain these ways and then present yourself as protective of children. And on top of that, it's like, yeah, we know people protect children, like to use children to pretend to get raped. That is the signature of child protectors. That's what this very gay-like person is talking right now. Clown trash. Delusional fuck. But I need to calm myself down. The day when this needs to be shown, it'll be another day. I will not run away from harm. Because there's fucking clowns like coward little shit like that talks to you via V2K. Who was a little scared to even look at you. Who feed off the fear. No, I'm gonna run to you, and I'm scared. But you give me honor. I will never let you, bunch of low-life pedophiles. I will never let you leave your fantasy. I can call your pit on your face. You know that very well. And I know you're a researcher, a bunch of retard, rewiring the brain. Not even retard. Let me just say this. A bunch of trash working for government entities, rewiring the brain this way, and they'll be like, yeah, it's you. It's you. And then, fuck you. I know who the fuck I am. Fucking clown. Now let me show you what they do. Let's start with the babies. Listen, these people are so disgusting, but they're predictable too. They do the thing systematically. I'm watching this dating show, and it's just these young people dating, maybe in their 20s or whatnot, and they're stimulating me throughout the whole thing. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I'm being stimulated. Like, there's nothing that would make me have sexual stimulation, but I don't care too much. But it's like, this is fake. The reason why they were stimulating me in advance is because as I scroll down, I was going to see this. This little girl here. The early stimulation, which is stimulating me right now, the early stimulation was because when I see this kid, they want to aim that stimulation toward this baby. This trash want me to think I'm not being manipulated. And they wonder why people turn fanatics. Okay. And they have these things like, yeah, you're not. I was like, okay. You know, super. These people are convincing. Clown. Death comes to all of us. I'm taking this trash to hell. I don't care. And they're pedophiles. They're certified pedophiles. And they try to be like, yeah, you're not. Clown ass. And wonder why people. And before that, a while ago, there's some before I got to that, somebody's like, you use her hand. You know what they try to do? Listen, when they do this national simulation for this little baby, this little girl, they're like, no, we're mapping to you as a kid, what your dad's like, fuck you. First of all, you're not making me a nerd, you're not making me a mentally retarded child. You're not making me mentally retarded. They're just using this stupid act of a child in 8th grade to try to make me identify with what I experienced today when I'm being manipulated by this trash. Retard. Like, no, I didn't experience that then, and I'm a grown man. You talk about me making me think the way I thought when I was a child. Clown. You no wonder why I'm turning to a fanatic. You know, there's like neuroscientists saying, hey, the brain of children look like that because they're not fully developed. Well, these clowns here are supposed to be like, no, we're mapped to you and you're a kid. It makes sense. Matter of fact, I just got a message to drop bucks in stupidity. No, they force you to have sexual stimulation. Then they want to make you acceptive of this part. And for me, they're like, no, but we're making your brain when you're a kid. That's why I'm willing to do what I'm willing to do. You're clown trash. Fucking retards. And you can box it in. You know, they have these ways of showing. Like, for example, as I'm speaking about this right now, somebody sent me a message. Hey, can we have this call at this time? I'm like, okay, box it in. You think I'm more identified with this? I can have a ton of torture. It will not make me think that I'm not being manipulated. Because I'm strong, I guess. And you know what makes me strong? Be able to tell that they manipulate my brain and I'm not identified with this. Fucking clown. Have some retard try to gaslight you. Talk about user, try to exaggerate even what I did as a child to make me accepting of this manipulation. And wonder why this person is really willing to crash out. They failed drastically in that. The only thing that is failable in here is that part. My brain's gonna be rewired, however it's gonna be rewired. But one thing they failed is to make me think that they're making me pay. Yeah, you pay now. Now they are killing children. Now you pay, and now they've been known to rewire the brain this way. They're torturing women. They're torturing 3-week-old babies. Like, yeah, pay for it. Fucking shit. Pay for all the people that are dying in this program. All these women and children dying. That's why I'm fanatical. I'm not thinking just about me. I'm thinking about all these children that are dying in this program that you need to pay for to try to negate that. Fucking low life. Think I'm gonna let you negate that? Be the negators that you're supposed to be? Fucking clown. And then to rewind my brain and be like, yeah, fuck you. I'll burn myself before I let you leave your fantasy. I'll light myself on fire before I let this trash think that this is going to make me subscribe to that. They utilize typical brainwashing tactics, which consist of fear tactics. It doesn't mean that they're not going to do it, but they think that the torture of that nature should make me identify. What? I'll light myself before I let you. No, I'm fanatical now. I'm for real now. Come with your little 2 cents condescending trolling tactics. Now you're real strong. You're real. That's the thing. Is real strong. And real. They troll like children. Yeah, we're real strong. You're strong, huh? God, we're cunning. You trash. Now there's something there. It's like yeah. Well, it's not something that you guys are doing, right? Because there is. Clown, fuck. Taking individual. These people have no shame to look like to be embarrassed. They have no shame. You know, I would feel embarrassed. Like, no, there's something. Yeah, oh wow, you're very strong. Yeah, if I had to say these things, this person say these things to try to deserve me. Yeah, there's something there. You're really strong. Yeah. Imagine a grown man, a grown woman saying these things. Yeah, bear. I have to manipulate somebody. What the fuck? Thank you, God. In this undignified way. It's like, no, there's something there. It's like, yeah, it's not us doing this. We're mapping to you as a kid. We'll make your brain as a child. Yeah, we're neuroscientists too. You gotta be strong. Because these clowns have no shame. But I continuously show them, like, don't worry, I'll get to that point. You test me, be condescending to me. I have nothing to lose. I'll crash out. They were doing, listen, it was so bad that also, today they frame me with kids that are teenagers. You've seen the video with Game of Thrones. To make me think that they were doing their research and this and that. They were bringing up, like, yeah, Game of Thrones, the queen of the Stark, Sansa Stark. Oh my gosh, almost tried to do something disturbing. Jesus. They stimulate. I opened the window. There's something and then they tried to stimulate me, even though I didn't see. And then they stimulate me again toward the baby here. So nasty. This child too, and this baby, and then this is the actress from Game of Thrones. It's like, yeah, no, I mapped it. Jesus. In my brain, they creating some disturbing manipulation because I saw something that actually just hair or something, but they tried to make me imagine there's like some. Then I opened the window of the child and they tried to stimulate me toward the child again. It's so disturbing. But you gotta be strong. That's what they do. I've accepted the reality of what's happening here. That I cannot escape from that. They will manipulate me the way they want it. It's going to be degrading. It's going to be rewired. It's going to be nonsensical. And they don't have people with no shame to look like dumbass, try to gaslight you. By any means, you just got to be strong. Because these clowns, as brutal as they are, this is empowered them. I rather get stabbed, I can stab myself, and then let this trash leave the fantasy. Fucking trash. They're going to just this strong. And see these clowns for the pedos that they are. People working for governmental entities with top-tier pedophilia issues are trying to gaslight you. And then some of these people are some child-like retard that they really are something. They are a clown retard. Go to fucking school, dumb fuck. Taking me just as strong.